us all respectfully listen to the voice of the Emperor at noon today. 8 o'clock a.m. each morning marks the changing of the guard. General Tanaka watches intently as the soldiers change from one shift to the other without any problems. He is relieved. He receives notice that Major Hatanaka is still at the NHK building. He orders Hatanaka placed under guard immediately. Under no circumstances is Hatanaka to be allowed to speak to the people. Inside the Imperial Palace, the recordings are removed from the vault. They had survived the night without being found. Now they need to be taken to the NHK building for broadcast. Lieutenant Colonel Ida receives a disturbing report that 2 officers had begun distributing leaflets to the people of Tokyo. One of them stole a horse, the other a motorcycle. Hatanaka has reached his final, desperate attempts to justify his actions throughout the night. Behind the War Ministry, thick black clouds of smoke can be seen. The burning of classified documents had resumed since the previous day. The smoke blotted out the sun. The Imperial recordings reach the NHK building without any issues. The engineers prepare the recording for broadcast and wait for the clocks to strike noon. Major Hatanaka and Lieutenant Colonel Shizaki ride up and down the streets shouting to the top of their lungs. They throw and cast leaflets, exclaiming a desire to continue the war. People look at them as if they are insane. We officers of the Imperial Japanese Army, who this morning, August 15th, 1945, have risen up in arms, declare to all officers and soldiers of the armed forces and to the Japanese people that our intention is to protect the Emperor and to preserve the national polity despite the designs of the enemy. That our prime concern is neither victory nor defeat, nor are we motivated by selfish interest. That we are ready to live or die for the sole, just, and righteous cause of national loyalty, and that we devoutly pray that the Japanese people and the members of the armed forces will appreciate the significance of our action and join with us to fight for the preservation of our country and the elimination of the traitors around the Emperor, thus confounding the schemes of the enemy. Everyone in the NHK building is on edge with less than half an hour before the broadcast begins. Lieutenant Colonel Shigetoyo Suzuki watches his men carefully, and he notices one man standing outside Studio 8. He asks the soldier what is the matter, but the man moves quickly. The soldier draws his sword. "There will not be any broadcast. I'm going to kill them all," he shouts. Other soldiers grab the rebel and suppress him. He drops his sword. Suzuki then turns the soldier over to the Kempeitai. The NHK staff watch the fight unfold, terrified that any of these soldiers might rebel and possibly kill them. Shizaki falls to the ground, his sword through his stomach. He has taken the final steps to properly honor the Emperor. Hatanaka cocks his pistol, hands trembling, and places the barrel to his forehead. He pulls the trigger, the back of his head exploding, and he falls to the ground in a lifeless heap. The broadcast lights turn on at the NHK station. The announcer prepares to introduce the Emperor's speech. A broadcast of the highest importance is about to be made. All listeners will please rise. An entire nation rose to their feet at that moment and awaited their Emperor's voice. His Majesty the Emperor will now read his imperial rescript to the people of Japan. We respectfully transmit his voice. The Japanese national anthem begins to play. Many begin to cry. Others remain emotionless. The Emperor's speech begins.
To our good and loyal subjects, after pondering deeply the general trends of the world and the actual conditions obtaining in our empire today, we have decided to effect a settlement of the present situation by resorting to an extraordinary measure. We have ordered our government to communicate to the governments of the United States, Great Britain, China, and the Soviet Union that our empire accepts the provisions of their joint declaration. To strive for the common prosperity and happiness of all nations, as well as the security and the well-being of our subjects, is the solemn obligation which has been handed down by our imperial ancestors and which lies close to our heart. Indeed, we declare